What's going on, people? It's Mr. Door back again with a review show. I hope everyone's fit and well. And yes, it ended Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham Hotspurs 2. We get everyone's opinion on how the game was. And if you want to get involved, people as well, comment below and I'll get your comments in. If you're new to the channel, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and get your comments as well. So how do you feel about today's game? Right, let me get the panel in. If no one knows everyone, I think everyone's been on the channel before. Let's start with ladies first. The lady himself, Michaela. How you doing, Michaela?
I'm good. How are you?
I feel great, man. We lost. I feel great.
It's going to happen. It's the Premier League. Come on.
It is what it is. Next, we've got the man I met him today. He annoyed me a little bit, but it is what it is. Dylan, how you doing, Dylan?
I'm all right, mate. Thank you.
Why are you copying him? Why are you copying me today?
I've got no headphones, so I've had to nick my daughter's headphones.
Oh, you poor person. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for your daughter. This is not fair.
That's why I've sent her to bed.
Last but not least, we've got the Welsh wizard, the man himself, Stephen. How you doing, Stephen?
Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah.
Oh,
Everyone's feel good. We lost.
Cheer up.
Everyone's like I said, everyone's feel good, but it is what it is.
C'est la vie.
It's still well, like I said, we're back in the Premier League, and we talk about
don't
the
care.
game. Before we do get talk about the game, I'm going to go through the comments as well. Kev, Evening Reds, Eve, Dor, Michaela, Dylan, and Steve. Hope you all well. Media man, go away. You annoy me as well today. Kieran, even everyone, hope you're all well. I'm in this stupid mood today, people. I just don't know why. I'm just in this dark mood today. So yeah.
Dark mood or stupid mood?
Both. Both. Martin, I do Martin. Zeba, Evening Reds. Yeah, I'm in a stupid mood, people. So if you want to get at me, come at me because I'm just like this daft.
He's feeling salty.
Warren, how you doing, Warren? As well. How you doing, Chris? As well. Right, let's start. Like I said, we ended Forest 0, Crystal Palace 2. But Michaela, let me start with you.
I think we played Spurs. I think we played Tottenham Hotspurs. Tottenham.
Who played
Crystal Palace?
What's an orange juice, Ben? Is it vodka in that orange juice?
I know. That's the BT thing out the window.
Clip it.
Michaela, don't stop me with BT.
Don't start him on that, Michaela, please. I heard it all this afternoon.
Crystal Palace didn't turn up, literally.
Michaela, how you feel about the game? Don't get me started about BT. I've had enough of you, BT. I'm not working ever again. Michaela, how do you feel about
the game? I left quite positive. I thought they deserved that the applause at the end of it. I thought we played really well. Before the game, you have to, your heart says to you, oh, we're going to win and all this stuff. But they're a quality side. I think we actually outplayed them for parts of the game. I haven't watched it back. I've watched back the goal. I've watched back the cook. That was definitely should have been sent off for that. It's terrible. But I'm not overly devastated. I feel like we played well. I feel like the team's getting better. Lingard's playing better. Like everything's kind of clicking, and we've got to expect to lose games to big teams. We're walking back to the car, and the people are like, oh, blah de blah, and I'm like, come on, it's Spurs. It's Harry Kane. He's one of the best strikers in the bloody world. He's just got magic, and he's going to do stuff like that. It's going to happen. So I'm feeling fairly positive. I think they did a really good job. I think we should be proud of ourselves. We didn't get rolled over. And on another day, we'd win, 4-2. Or they could have won 5-0. So, you just have to take these games and accept it. It's Premier League.
100%. Dylan, you next. How do you feel about today?
Same as Michaela. Do you know what I mean? I was a bit deflated with the result, but then I came away from the game and I was talking to people on the way out and I was just like, that performance was good. Do you know what I mean? You could see that they're working together. Don't forget, we've got all these players trying to integrate into a system that some of them have never played. But I was very, very, very impressed with Gibbs White. He he just slotted straight in. There was a lot of. I was impressed with all of them, to tell you the truth. And they say Tottenham are a top 4 side, and you could see the magic, like you say with Kane. As soon as the ball, whatever happened with the ball, if it ricocheted off him, it just went to magic. It just went somewhere to them. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think you got with. Do you know what I mean? It's Tottenham Spurs, probably one of the top 4 teams in the league, Champions League side. So, do you know what I mean? We've got to take the positives out of it and move on.
Stephen?
Yeah, that game today just summed up what I've been saying for years to people, like, you know, other fans of other teams or neutrals. I'd rather have seen that today than being stuck in the Championship, losing 2-0 at Preston at home. Yeah. We've just lost 2-0 to Spurs. You know, we've come away positive. I said to people first, I'd rather see us on Match of the Day, showing the nation, showing the world on a worldwide stage what we can do against a top team. And yeah, Harry Kane was the standout today. He was just the difference between the two teams. We just couldn't get through a white wall. Like, you could tell it's a Conte setup, Italian setup, just hard to break down, 2 banks of 4. We just couldn't. Every time we seemed to have the ball at the edge of the box, it just seemed like 10 white men around Johnson or Gibbs-White or Lingard. But yeah, I was really positive. Deflating, you know, with the score, but come out of that really positive for the way we played. We just took a top side close, you know, and run them close. And you could tell with the way Conte and even Kane spoke after the game. I think Conte was kind of wrapped up in the atmosphere as well. I don't know if you guys have seen the interview, but he kind of liked the atmosphere. He really liked it, you know, and you could see that he was impressed. And I think we've shown now on a big stage what we can do. And like I said, like I said in the beginning, I'd rather that than in the Championship losing to a Preston on, you know, them kind of teams just come up there going, whoa, this is bad. But we're walking away with a really good performance against a top side.
Yeah,
100%. Michaela, I said the start lineup. Was you happy with the team that Cooper picked?
Yes, I think it was. I think you know, Cooper's quite stubborn with his team choices, isn't he? And I think you've got to trust. He knows what they're doing in training and stuff. Like, we all thought Gibbs-White might be injured, but obviously he had that miraculous magic sponge that we have at Forest. So I thought it was an interesting setup. I quite liked it. I really want to see. I love the look of Dennis and Freuler and all those guys. I think those guys are going to be really exciting. I thought today Yates played superbly. I thought Worrell did, you know, was like to everybody. Like, I thought he played brilliantly. He was magnificent today, you know, because he got a lot of crap this week. So so I liked the setup. I know I think he needed to do. I could see the idea was to kind of swamp the midfield, and so they'd have to kind of, you know, go through. And then when we changed it so dramatically, I'm not sure it helped us actually. But yeah, I did. I mean, you know, you don't know half the players, do you? So when they pick them, you're kind of like, okay, that's probably the best team. But I like Gibbs-White. I think he's going to be outstanding for us. I really do. I think he's superb. It's a shame that Niakate got that bloody injury, because I think he's going to be superb too. I think he's just a brick wall. And I think today his physicality is what we were missing a little bit. Although I think Cook did well, it's, you know, Man City is going to be even tougher, isn't it?
Oh, don't talk about Man City to me. Don't talk about Man City to me, Michaela.
It's going to be, no, but you think Haaland, De Bruyne, it's a whole nother, you know, thing. But yeah, I think the setup was good. It, you know, is what I kind of expected, to be honest.
Can I just mention Niakate? It's a good point. What we missed, the West Ham game, Niakate roughed up Antonio. And that's what we missed today. I think Niakate would have roughed up Kane, I think.
Yes.
I think that's what we just missed.
Kane was like floating around on his own half the time. You're like,
the thing with Kane, right, and I was thinking funny, he was dropping so deep to get the ball as well, and he was going around. And if Niakate was playing today, I thought he would have dealt with him. But no disrespect to Cork.
No, not at all, because he's magnificent. He's still, but I think Kane though seems to like, because I don't think he had a particularly good game really, just to start with. But you know, but he just seems to kind of, it was like effortless. It was like, oh, I'll just wander down here, and you're just like, oh, how did he get that? Like, it's just that quality. You can't, that little bit of magic dust that you can't, it's just indescribable, isn't it? So
the one thing, right, they're not touching on Sky Sports One is if Spurs give that much ball to a better side and then many chances, they're going to get thumped. And they missed that point. Like Yates is, I know we come to these points later on, but if they give that much ball to like a Man City or Liverpool, they're going to get spanked.
Yeah. I don't think they played particularly well. Do you really?
No, they didn't.
I was surprised.
They just hard. They were
like
they were
Newcastle
well
was way
drilled.
scarier to me. Yes,
they were
they
well
had
drilled,
that
they
Italian.
were.
It was boring, kind of boring, and like they held back and stuff. So,
Dylan, we're mentioning about the front three, like Lingard, Brennan Johnson, Bob Gibbs-White. Do you think it worked today for them three?
Yeah, I did. I think Gibbs-White, for me, we'll probably come on to man of the match, but I'm going to say earlier, for me, he was my man of the match. He just seemed to get the ball, and he wasn't scared. He just run out, and he was always looking either side to pass it or to make a flick, and you could see it. And I was talking to people beside me, and I was just like, that is, within 10 minutes of it, I was like, that is 25 million well spent already. Do you know what I mean? You could see the quality, and we know the quality he's got because we've seen him come to the City ground and spank us with the other teams. But to have him on our side, but yeah, I think if Cooper's gonna play Jesse, Johnson, and Gibbs-White together, I think he's gonna have to keep them together, not keep swapping one out and then bringing someone else in that. I think if he's going to use them three as the main threat to go forward, he needs to keep it game by game. You know what I mean, to get the fluency of each other to go, because you can see Lingard's getting better, he's getting fitter. Do you know what I mean? There was a couple of times I was watching him and he was like wanting the ball and he was shouting ER, but they were passing it somewhere else. So I just think there's moments there where probably the whole team are not on board where he likes to be, or do you know what I mean? And Johnson's Johnson, and he just does what he does.
He had a great game today, I thought.
Yeah.
I thought he had a fire in his belly. He has those games, doesn't he? And you thought, I really fancied him to score today, but he was unlucky. But I thought he looked sharp today. He looked kind of hungry and aggressive.
I think with Johnson and Gibbs-White, they're more brighter. I think with Lingard, after I think it was a 25-30 mark, he started getting better and better.
Yes.
Lingard for me, and that's when Brennan and Gibbs-White was play better, because I think with that role that Lingard plays, it's so important for Forest and the way Cooper sets up. So, I think Lingard will slowly get there.
Normally, sorry, just a quick one. With them three, I think if we weren't playing the top four side, then Tottenham was at the back, they're solid, brick wall, like you said. But I think if we're playing, no disrespect to the other teams in the Premiership, but a lesser team further down the bottom, I think them three destroy a defence.
100%. I'm not asking Steve about left back, and everyone we know Toffolo. He's had his moments today, but I think he played all right. But as you know, Forest fans, what's his name? What's the left back names again? Rendell.
What is it?
It's Brazilian.
Left back, the Brazilian. What's his name? Nendo.
Lodi, is it?
Lodi, yeah, Lodi.
That's the one.
We'll call him Lodi.
Lodi.
I like Lodi for sure.
Yeah, Lodi for sure.
That must be pressure though for a player, mustn't it? Like you're in the team, you're playing all right, and then like, oh, sorry, mate, we've just signed a guy that's worth like 25 million. It must be a bit crap, mustn't it?
Yeah, I know
it's the Premier League and it's going to happen, but Toffolo must be like, geez, great,
And this is the question. Like I'm going to ask Stephen first and get everyone's opinion. Like Toffolo, like I said, everyone's had their opinion about him, and he played well against Everton. He wasn't bad today. I don't think he was that bad. But do you think it's unfair on him? I know, me personally, we get a good left back, but we need a better player than Toffolo, in my opinion. But what's your opinion on it, Steve? And people in the comments as well, get involved. What do you think about the new Nottingham Forest?
I think you look at it two ways. You look at it like, if we hadn't signed this boy now, Toffolo would probably feel his position is that threat until Richards comes back. So Toffolo may not get complacent, but some players can feel they're too safe. And then you're looking on the flip side, Cooper wants strong two positions covered in each position, like 2 left back, 2 right backs. So a bit of depth there. Like this Richards injury is a bit of a mystery. We still don't know the full extent. There's a bit of a mystery behind that.
I don't think he'll play for us.
Well, again, that's the mystery about it.
It's looking like that.
But yeah, I think come back to Toffolo. I think he's been steady. I think people are going to point at him because of the second goal today, but then you could probably blame McKenna, Coate, and Toffolo, to be fair. Because if you look at that whole goal, the back line did all step up, but Toffolo was a bit slow off the mark. He just kind of wandered and he just turned around. Oh, Harry Kane's there. And he did give a loose back pass as well. He soaked McKenna short. So little things like that. But he didn't look out of his depth today against a good side. They didn't play well, which he was up against that Swedish boy, who's a good player. Not going to try and pronounce his name.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Going to butcher his name. But yeah, I think he's been all right. I don't think.
I do too.
You haven't watched him and gone, oh, that's poor. We need that sorting. Newcastle game, we don't count that because we just rabbit in the head like
no one
that.
Played well.
Yeah. But against West Ham, Everton, and today, yeah, I'm fairly happy with him. And this new boy coming in, it's only, and this may give Toffolo now. I'm going to prove everyone wrong now. I'm going to nail my position down. But then, with a Brazilian international coming in,
exactly, how's he going to compete with that?
This guy,
that's the problem. How is he going to compete?
I know it's the whole YouTube thing you watch, but this guy going forward, because some United fans have told me he ripped them apart in their Champions League game last year. And
Didn't
he scored
City want to sign him?
Yeah,
City wants to sign him. City wants to sign him, and this is why I love my
he's gone out with Simeone.
Yeah, the problem is that I love my club, man, right? But we're buying good players. We're buying good players. And let's think about it. It's about 12 months ago. Who was our left? No, and this is no disrespect to Lowe.
Max Lowe.
Max Lowe. This is no disrespect to Max Lowe. Last 12 months ago. Now we're buying an international left back, Brazilian.
It's crazy.
When's the last time we've done that?
It's like madness, isn't it? You're just like
crazy. Before I get to learn, I'm going to go through the comments. We've got the man himself, the legend himself, is in the comments. The man himself, Kevin Campbell. Good evening, Mr. Dore, McKenna, Dylan, and Steve. I hope you're well. We played well today, and the difference was finishing, plain and simple. We need to get the right balance. You Reds. Shout out to Mr. Kevin Campbell. And Kevin, I'm not happy with you because you're on Des's show. Get on my show, Kevin. Message me. Shout out to Kevin.
Stay with Des.
Fuck you, Kev. Yeah. I'm asking you, Dylan, did we miss Nikate today? Or Mangala? Definitely Mangala.
Mangala.
Mangala. But do you know what? And I'll say this now. When I saw that team sheet and I saw Yates. I'm a fan of Yates. I just felt, is this the right game to bring him in? Is he good? But I kept saying to people, this is where you're going to see him sink or swim. This kind of game is where you're going to be able to say, yes, he can do it, and no, he can't. And by God, he played awesome.
He did. He played really well.
He got that ball. So I think if you got Mangala with him, he probably brings him up. Do you know what I mean? Nikate, yes, we're missing him, definitely. I'm a bit McKenna all day long. I'm always gonna put him in the team. Worrell, leading up to the game, I was like some of the others. I was like, is he skating off thin ice? He doesn't look right. Is it too fast?
He was all right, though. To be fair, he was all right.
He played all right. He played solid. He played a lot better than he has done, winning headers and stuff. And then obviously you got Cook. You know what I mean? But I think the difference between Nikate, because we all know if Nikate was fit, Cook won't be playing. And that's just the way it goes. And I think we just, like you say, we just missed him because when he played against West Ham, he roughed up Antonio. So is he going to do that to Harry Kane? Because you saw as soon as Harry Kane got a bit of someone touching him anything, he didn't like it.
No.
So
like Kane goes down.
Do you know what I mean?
None of them liked it. They were. I hate that. today, because you've got to play the game, haven't you? We haven't learned to play the, oh my God, I've been touched. And they're number 5. Who's that idiot? Got to not swear. Oh, what a. And then the guy that did the juggling and stuff, like,
We'll talk about that later
Johnson
on.
Come straight through him.
We'll talk about that later on. Because I asked you today, I thought, Brennan,
but no, I think
give him a pay rise for doing that.
In the Premier League, though, you need physical defenders and you need people that can run and the pace. The pace is completely different. And as much as I love Cook, I absolutely love that bloke with all my heart. Today, there was a few times you're like, oh Jesus, this is going to be horrible. He actually, we managed to just about get away with it sometimes. But I think Niakhate's pace and his physicality and his just overall play, I think in the future will be better for us in the Premier League. But Cook's an excellent understudy.
Did you see him limping? He started limping, didn't he? I think just after they scored the first goal. And he was
Cook?
He started, because I sat to the guy next to me and I said to him, you see, Dean Cook, he's heavily limping. He was limping for about 5 minutes. And all of a sudden, he just shook it off and just got on with it.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Oh, but before I'm saying there's a comment I want to see, and this is like I said, 12 months ago we played Derby County. Me and Michaela went to the game. 1 year ago we drew 1-1 with Derby, and we had Thomas Bong in the team, and that was our left back. No disrespect to Bong.
He's lovely, but
now we're getting
Bong was the only left back in our club. He was the only one in the first team and got kicked out of this position by Jack Colback.
Exactly.
No, I'm not being funny. You would have gone to the manager and gone, hold on a minute, you've got no left backs here. Why aren't you playing me, but you're playing Jack Colback in my position?
You're paying me a fortune, and we're going to get this guy. Yeah,
I'm sure the penny should have dropped somewhere along the line.
And this is why when you think about we're losing 2-0 to Spurs, a team that's in the top 4.
Levels, people.
And there's levels to the game. And yes, let me talk, Stephen, about a Harry Kane goal. The goal, like I said, it wasn't great, but that's what world best strikers do. Didn't they? 2 goals, and it proved point today, didn't it, Steve?
Yeah, but let's break down the goals, right? So the first goal, one thing that Spurs had today was rub of the green. The ball came off O'Brien's shin, and it could have gone anywhere, but it went right into Harry Kane's path. He'd have to break stride, right into his path, out to the Swedish boy, squared it. Kane scuffed the shot, but what it was
a shit shot.
It was a shit shot, but you guys watch it in the stadium. Obviously, they break it down on the TV. McKenna slightly got in front of Henderson's eye line. That's why Henderson didn't dive. So that's the first goal. But Ben, you are right. That's what the best strikers do. The second goal, Frula should have been a bit more physical with Richarlison. And obviously, I just broke it down with the 3 of them pushing up, and then Kane was on his own. You don't leave Harry Kane on his own. That's the last thing you do. But one thing I would say is, Richarlison came on, even though he's a bit of a you-know-what. I think that disrupted us a bit. I think when Son was on, I think Son's more direct. When he came on, he was a nuisance. And he, in fact, I know he's an annoying player, but he kind of changed the game for them. He was that nuisance, kept them running around, doing the keepy up bees, getting in our heads, and then he outside the foot then with that assist, and he played act as well. Like, I don't know if you guys picked it up when he was rolling around. Toffolo didn't touch him, and then he was holding his groin, he got up and then ran it off. It was pathetic, but then he changed the game for him, so... But coming back to Harry Kane, he was the difference when he was the difference between the 2 teams today. They, like Michaela said earlier on, when he touched the ball, you just knew something was going to happen, or he creates something.
He just have that magic.
And if he just holds the ball up, we were trying to get into the back of him. The thing is, he flops over and wins the free kick, and he pushes Spurs up the pitch, and that's what he does. You know what I mean? And just a shame they got him and we haven't. That was the difference today.
He'll be next on the list.
But he can't score a penalty.
Score a penalty.
Yeah, I think that's something we'll talk about later on as well. But it is what it is. He couldn't get his hat trick. But there's 177 people in. Thank you for everyone that has come to watch this podcast. If you can, do a massive favor for me, hit the like button if you can. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe. And if you know this man, Mr. Door, Next to me is Michaela. We sign who we want. We do sign who we want. Below me, we've got Dylan and the guy in the corner. I've got Steve. So people show some love as well. We'll start with Michaela. Like Dean Henderson. I know he conceded 2 goals, but
He's been magnificent.
he is. People in the comments, right? And this is a debate. I had a debate with a Newcastle fan and an Arsenal fan. I personally think, I know Arsenal are the big club, but surely he's got to go to the World Cup. Surely.
100%. He's been brilliant. He's magnificent. And look, I was a huge Samba fan. Like, I almost started a petition, like, when he wasn't coming back. Like, I love that bloke. That bloke could do no wrong. I absolutely, to me, bloody hero last season. So I was a bit like, well, he better be good, you know. And he's been magnificent. I love the way he talks. I love the way he's integrated in the team. I just think he's brilliant. I think he's world class, and we are so fortunate to have him in our team. So yeah, and you know, part of me doesn't want him to go to the World Cup because I don't want him to get injured or anything. But another part of me, can you imagine if we have one of England's, you know, World Cup players in our team? How amazing is that? And the Welsh lads, like it's
and Johnson scored
phenomenal.
against him. Woo!
No, Brennan's got to take the day off that day. My Welsh side will come out that day. Yeah, no, but I think he's brilliant. He's absolutely. You can tell they've already gelled. There's a synergy between that. You know, you have to have it, don't you? In a defence, it has to be an unwritten kind of, you know, relationship. And I think he's got that with Joe, and I think he's got it with Scott, and I think he's got it with Cookie, and I think, you know, with Niakate, you could see that we're going to have a really good defence. So yeah, he can. Brilliant. And that goal has some kind of voodoo curse on it because no one can score down there, can they, with penalties? So we must always concede our penalties down that end, definitely.
Let's not concede any penalties.
Well, no, don't concede any penalties. But if we do, make sure it's that end.
Yeah, I'm still tired again conceded penalties. But people, if you saw, I think I got my vlog out tomorrow, so I did get a good view of the penalty save as well. So people in the comments, I'm trying to buy it because every time I say Henderson's the best goalkeeper, best English goalkeeper in the league, I get Arsenal fans at me as well saying, no, Ramsdale's the best goalkeeper. Yeah, the top of the league, I get it, understand. But for me personally, Henderson is the best keeper for me.
I think either him or Nick Pope, I think.
Nick Pope?
I think Nick Pope's a good keeper, yeah.
Well, you're all going to look at, personally, you're all going to look at Henderson, Pope, and Ramsdale.
And Pickford.
I mean, but if Pickford gets in, it's literally they're just going to stick with what they know, aren't they? But to me, them 3 are the 3 best.
100%.
Henderson just oozes class, though.
He does.
He's just
the way he talks.
Yeah,
he seems intelligent. Yeah, he gets everything. You can see it's all working up there, isn't it?
And he's just loving the atmosphere as well. I think he just loves the crowd already. He just looks around and he just points at the crowd, and this is for you, like, you know, kind of thing. And
whereas Samba was a shithouser, I think Henderson's more, you know, he's more professional, more Premier League maybe, and he's used to it. He's been there and done it and got the T-shirt. So I think that helps us a lot. His experience in that is fantastic for our back 4, isn't it?
I've just seen this comment from Kane run out of penalty. It's over. I never knew that. Was that his first penalty?
Yeah,
penalty
said on Sky Sports.
Bloody hell! Well done, Dean Henderson. That's good. Like I said, it was like the same penalty as Rice, or was it? Or
no, it was a bit better. There's a better penalty than Rice's.
Oh, okay.
It was mid.
It was better.
He got it. Where Rice, he smothered it, and where Kane's, it was mid-air. He got it.
Yeah. But I was thinking, surely they play together, don't they? So he probably knows Kane quite well.
When they show, when they're walking off the pitch afterwards, Kane and Henderson hugged each other, and Kane was being interviewed at the same time. And Kane said that because they've been training in England and so on, it's kind of Henderson kind of knows. And Kane mentioned that Henderson's guest right.
I think he's just brilliant, though. Just saying that to be,
Can I just touch on the atmosphere or one thing? Can I just say one thing?
Great atmosphere. Great atmosphere.
You don't pick up these little things maybe on TV because obviously the cameras.
It was amazing.
When you were singing right before the game, when the players were in the huddle, a few of them were just looking round, and Nico they panned out, and Nico Williams. I was trying to lip read him, and I'm sure he said, "Take this noise in," even like that. Take this in. He was pointing at the crowd, the atmosphere, and you could see some of the. Even Cooper was standing like this. And
the atmosphere's been unbelievable.
Yeah, it's just, I think, and even the commentators are picking up on it, like Jimmy Carragher and so on, are saying they've just been blown away by the atmosphere. And I don't think it's even a novelty. I think we're going to be like this through the entire season. I don't think it's going to wear off.
I do too. I think we have to do that though. I think our fans kind of know that. Like we need to, every game, we need to be like, we're here, like, and intimidate their team, and their team thinks, Jesus, this is a big deal, because no other grounds do that, do they? You go to Premier League games and they're flat. There's not Newcastle is the exception. They will sing and chant, and that's what I've been told. But I think Crystal Palace are good. Yes, those old kind of more, old-fashioned, a bit more, But I think it's so important that we sing and chant and lift that team. Like Ryan Yates at one point was encouraging us all, like, come on, we need you. We need you to lift us, because they were knackered, I think.
So I'm just going to comment. Like I said, how you doing, Cal? Nice meeting you as well before the game, as well with your son. Atmosphere was electric. My ears was ringing from the noise, but it was well worth it. Like it was, I think now we're back in the Premier League, we're going to show the opponents we are here, because we are the 12th man. And like I said, we're going to be like this, home and away. But we do as usual anyway. As well, where's the other comments as well? This is from Adam. This is a better Astle. Sorry, Dylan. The last time we played Spurs, Spurs was in the League Cup. We beat them 3-1 about Lane, and Kane scored that night. But we did well today. We did well. I think we did. Well. Right. There's another discussion I want to say. Like I said, we mentioned the centre midfield, and we get all the panel as well with this. And I mentioned we definitely missed Mangala today. Yates played well, I think. O'Brien as well played well. But people in the comments, right, and I need to ask Michaela, Stephen, Dylan, who would you put in the centre midfield against Man City? That's the biggest thing, because it's a big game. And we've got so much. We've got so much.
Lorry, a JCB.
Someone with a machine gun.
Just straight across.
So people get in the comments, who would you want in that?
Big fat bastard.
Who would you want people?
I'm available.
Who would you want?
You and me, Dylan.
Yeah, we can do it.
So people get in comments, who do you want in that centre midfield role? Because
how injured is Mangala? I can't remember.
I don't even know. There's probably. I thought it was just tiredness.
I did too, but
I don't know.
I think like Yates did so well today, though, didn't he? Like Jack Colback, if he came in, he's going to rough some bugger up. But I feel like Jack is a red card waiting to happen in this league. So, but Mangala, if he's fit, he has to play. I thought Dennis, my son keeps telling me like he's brilliant, and like today when he came on, I think he did some touches, and then he mislaid a few passes and things. I'm not sure if he's 100% fit.
I think he's just trying to get into the pace of the game, I think, as well he was.
Yes, and it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they hardly warmed up, those guys. They kind of ran down, and then they were like, get on, So it was like, and like Frula didn't even warm up at all, basically. He just went for a little walk and came back. But I think that class, we might need a bit of that class, a bit of class and muscle in midfield. But
so who would you put then? Who would you put in the centre midfield role then? You have to pick two. People in the comments say, pick two. Pick two. I'm gonna look
you
for
two
it.
go first.
No.
It's like picking your children.
Michaela, you go first. Who would you put in the centre midfielder role? Who would you put?
I think O'Brien's got to start, because I think he's just played so well, hasn't he?
It's De Bruyne.
Well,
exactly. People
Mangala, you've got to have Mangala then, haven't you? If he's I don't know. It's like I think it's going to be so tough. I think O'Brien, he'll probably start O'Brien though, because he's played really well, hasn't he? He runs his absolute bollocks off, that bloke. I mean, he doesn't stop.
I personally
think him and
Come on.
Well, I don't know who to pick. It's Mangala, O'Brien, or Yatesy, obviously. I don't know, but a combination of those. I don't know.
Would you play free midfield? We could play a 4-3-3. We don't know. We could change it all. What would you do? It doesn't have to be 2. It could be 3. We don't know.
I think you'll load it, and I think you'll start defensive. I think you'll have to, because I think they'll just destroy us otherwise, won't they? I mean, they're just going to come at us and destroy us otherwise. So he's not going to put I think he's going to load the defense, load the midfield, and probably just have a bit like today, to be honest.
Okay.
But I can't pick. It's like picking your children. It's like, I don't know. Mangala has to. I think.
Right. All right. Okay. You go last. You go last because you're not.
I'll go last.
Right, Dylan. Who would you put in the midfield role against Man City?
We don't speak English. No. Well, Mangala, if he's fit, he would be. O'Brien, you'd have to as well. But you've got at the minute you've got quite a few people. You've got Mangala if he's fit. You've got O'Brien, like Michaela said. We've got, after today's performance, Yates. Do you know what I mean? He surprised everyone. He surprised me. Colback. Do you know what I mean? For that little bit of grittiness, eh?
Little bite.
Yeah, a little bit of grittiness, bit of experience.
Rough him up a bit.
Yeah, but everyone knows when we go on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? We go, yeah. We go to play Man City. That we are going to be very, very lucky to come away with a clean sheet. And do you know what I mean? So, do you go for flair, style, passing ability, or do you go for work ethic? Literally going to rough them up. Do you know what I mean? Get in the faces, just put them to the floor. One of them. So, me personally, I'm going for Mangala if he's fit, and Colback because of the physicality.
Just De Bruyne.
Yeah. Well, why?
You never playing it De Bruyne, right?
But De Bruyne. Yeah, but listen, De Bruyne's got 2 legs, 2 arms, a head like us all. You know what I mean? As soon as he comes
He's just
up,
a man. He's just a man.
He's just
Plays
a man.
like a god, but he's just a man.
But don't forget, these kind of players you're playing against, some players can be scared of them. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to get probably, I'm not saying Ryan Yates is going to be scared of him, but you're going to get a player like Jack Colback, been round the block. Do you know what I mean? I love Colback anyway, but he's been round the block and everything. He's not bothered. He's not bothered if you're
quite a lot of people disagree with you, Dylan. There's Billy Colback. What the F?
No, you can't. Billy, you can never go against Colback because I think he'd work just as hard. To
be fair, when we played against Newcastle, Colback, he was one.
I thought Colback was my. I agree.
Yeah,
Colback was the only one that didn't. I felt like he was one of the ones that was. He fought for everything. I think he was trying to do everybody's job at the end, wasn't he? I think he did really well.
But he's gonna be the kind of player. For me, he's gonna be the kind of player. He's not bothered about getting yellow card. He's not bothered about going through someone. He's not bothered if it's De Bruyne, Ronaldo, or whoever. Do you know what I mean? He's got a job to do. That's all I'm thinking about. Is just this one game. I'm not saying play him all the time through certain other games, but this one game is going to have to be so defensive. The midfield's going to have to be on point, and you can't even think about the 3. If he plays the same 3 up the top that he did today, then brilliant. But it's got it. For me, that's my opinion. Only my opinion.
Okay, the people as well. People, if Dylan, Michaela, and Stephen have the opinion, just if you disagree with them, just disagree with them. Don't just have a go at them. Okay, what's Dylan doing? No. I'm just saying. But when Dylan said Colback, everyone's saying Colback, blah blah. So before we get Stephen,
we'd be nowhere without Colback from last season.
Yates literally needs to forget looking at the ball on Wednesday and run around with De Bruyne all game. Whatever he goes, you just look back, just back away from him wherever the ball gets close to him. That sounds
to be
good.
fair, yeah. I don't think Yates is scared either. I don't think Ryan Yates. I don't think he gets scared by the occasion. Actually, I think he gets. I've been surprised by him. I think he comes on and you're like, he's not that fussed. Like when we played them last year, Liverpool and the Arsenals. Yatesy was like, I don't give a rat's ass about you. Like today, he was right in old.
But we was at home as well, Michaela. So you had
I know.
This time we're going to. I know what you're saying, but we're going to Etihad. You know what I mean? That is going to be some doors.
I just think people need to be realistic. That it's going to be. They're one of the best teams in the world with some of the best players in the world. Let's not all shit the bed and think it's crap if we lose 4-0 or
Listen to me.
They might,
Let's keep it in perspective, right? I prefer to go to Man City away than go to Stoke away. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm because I want to see De Bruyne play, but I know Ryan Yates will have him. I know Ryan Yates will have him in his back pocket. So I'm keeping it positive right here, people. I'm keeping it positive. That's all I'm doing. People as well. We've done 42 minutes. If you are new to the channel, please do hit the like button. Please, I've got 202 here as well. Talking about strikers as well.
Got my Lingard.
Huh?
Oh, Steve, who he's going to pick?
Oh, Steve.
I've been deep in thought, Joe, for about 30 minutes. Yeah.
I've seen the smoke coming out from his ears.
Go on, Steve. Who would you pick, Steve?
Right. So I'm a forward-thinking man as well. I would think ahead to the Saturday game against Bournemouth as well, because realistically,
no, Stephen, you've got to think about Man City, man. No,
he's just pretending it didn't happen.
If I'm getting abused for thinking Colback,
look at this realistically. Anything we get out of Man City is a bonus, because realistically,
3 points.
Right, come on now. Right, the way I look at it, I would, if Mangala's fit, I would start Mangala, O'Brien, and Yates. If Mangala's not fit, I would start Kwate in midfield and drop Lingard. Keep Lingard on the bench. Keep him fresh for Saturday, because we got to spank Bournemouth on Saturday. We got to, right?
Oh God, yeah.
That's kickstart season. But with Man City, I would start them 3 midfield, and then maybe start Dennis and Johnson then up top. Maybe Gibbs White the rest, or play Gibbs White with John. Or you can mix it up, because let's face it, right? We can be chasing the ball a lot on Wednesday, and
90% of the ball that they'll have.
Yeah. Do you really want to see Lingard running around? And no. I know
it's not Lingard's game, is it?
It's not Lingard's game. No. And when Kwate came on today, he's the physical presence that we do need, and he's a monster. That guy's a monster. And he took the guy Michaela touched on earlier, the number 5 on his back. Who how to pronounce his name? Kwate just brushed him.
Dickhead.
He just touched his face, his cheek, and he went down like he was shot. And Kwate just looking at him like, what are you doing? So on Wednesday, I think we need a bit of physicality. I think he's going to top load it through the back in midfield. I think he's going to try and hit them on the counter. We still got, I think he'll play Jono through the middle.
Yeah.
Playing through the middle with his pace. But we just know how good these Man City players are.
It's going to be tough, though. Yeah.
It's going to be a tough watch. But we are playing, like you said, Ben, I'd rather watch us play Man City than go play Stoke or QPR or these teams in the Championship. And if we can,
I like QPR. No, I like QPR. It's just Stoke away.
Okay.
They're just an annoying club. It's not just that. What with Hooting Gate, it's just annoying.
But if we come out there, like Michaela said, if we get spanked 4-0, just remember one thing: the Man City are gonna spank top teams this season as well.
Yeah.
By stupid goals. It's no.
I don't want to 9-0.
No.
It won't be. I have faith in our team.
No. I've got faith. I've got faith, people. I have got faith. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying, man, the way they dealt with Crystal Palace, there was 2-0 down. After watching Haaland play and seeing Kane today as well, Kane wasn't great, but he still scored 2.
But the thing is, Newcastle, right, showed against Man City the way you got to play against Man City, right? Yes. In that, Newcastle, right? The one thing Man City showed against Newcastle, though, is give them 2 chances and they can just bang. That's the class they have, and they can just open you up when they feel it. It's almost like they give you a 2-goal head start and they go, we back ourselves. We're just gonna, we're just gonna bring this back, either beat you or draw with it.
They're so relaxed about it, though, aren't they? Like, even Spurs today, they weren't even very good, and they're just like, oh well, let's just score a goal. And just like, oh. Like we worked so much harder, didn't we? We were at 95%, and they were like I think they were about 80% today. I don't think they were. I don't think we saw the best of them.
They did have a lot of luck with how the ball bounced off people.
Yeah, the referee didn't help us much either.
I agree with Dylan with that. The luck of that.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys agree as well. Obviously, seeing Premiership football in real life, live now, how much bigger these Premiership players are, though. They are monsters.
They're huge.
Like that West Ham game, I went to watch that. Like, even like Jared Bowen was like built.
Declan Rice is like a giant. Like, where the hell's that?
Like Sufal is there for West. He's massive. I like them Spurs boys today, like Sanchez and Dyer. They just, I think it's because we watch, like, prior when we watch Premiership football on TV, you just take it for granted. Now we're watching your own team against.
They're all big at the same time, aren't they?
Oh, they're just massive. And that's why, like, players like Kwate, he's playing the Premier League for years. He's conditioned now for the Premier League. That's what they said on Sky Sports. He's been there and done it at that level. And we still got a lot of, no offense, but championship players who've made that jump. Yeah. And the players who played Premier League level, like the Hendersons, even Steve Cook, they stand out a little bit more than the other boys who are still trying to get to that next level,
It's hard, isn't it? It's hard.
Very hard. But listen, people, I'm not trying to be negative about Man City. I'm just thinking the ways. I'm talking about the striker Kane. Like, Kane scored 2, but he wasn't fantastic. But Haaland, I've seen Haaland on Saturday against Crystal Palace. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, people.
He's a beast. He's a beast. He must be one of the best players in the world at the moment, mustn't he?
Yes.
If not,
you never know. We might turn up and basically smother him and stop him from doing what he does.
Yeah.
I hope he does. Right, there's 194 people in. Thank you everyone for watching this as well. A player to come back to Nottingham Forest today. I'm one person that Michaela used to mention every single time last season. The man himself, Spence, got a warm welcome as well. I don't understand. Where did he play today? Did he play up front? I don't know. Where, did he play up front?
It was weird.
He's straight up. He went straight up front.
I think they put him in the team because it was Forest.
Yeah.
Basically, put him on the bench because they brought him on the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and then
4 minutes.
Him up front. Yeah, and Conte.
Yeah, it was weird.
Probably,
but then he nearly bloody scored.
Yeah, Conte's probably looked at him and gone, "Who are you? Oh, you're Spence, aren't you? You played there last. Oh, go on, pop along. You could have a quick gun."
It's funny because we were saying, like, because he got such a good reception, didn't he? Like, Antonio got a really good reception, but we were like, was it a bit too much with Spence? Because every time he like stood up or did anything, we're like. But I think he deserved it.
Forest fans started chanting the song as well when he came on.
A little bit, yes. A-block. Got a little bit, yes. But
him and Cooper embraced after the game and all that as well. It showed on.
I loved seeing it, because he really hugged Myton and Brent. Everyone went over to him. But, it was a huge part of our scene. That kid will always be someone that's really special to all of us because he helped us do something that we haven't done. So,
even players like Nagel and all that. Yeah, any player who's involved in that playoff final in the squad, even Horvath, them players who got us to that, they'd always
not so much him.
Right, I've got a super chat, and this is from the man himself, Special. Thank you for the £4.49. Hi, folks. We need a realistic to be City result. Not important, just a result. I want a midfield 3 for Mangala, Fernie, Knute, Yates, and O'Brien. What? He wants a
5. 1, 2,
5.
3.
You want a 5? Bloody hell. 5? Bloody hell.
I think
is that just to stop De Bruyne or
just the line of them? Just the line of them. Holding hands across the pitch.
I think it'd be unfair to put Frula in against Man City, though. Go on, lad. Off you go.
Thank you for the £4.49. Bloody hell, that's a. See, I mean, that's the problem. We talk like we never had this conversation before. Like, who would you put in defence? Who would you put in midfield? And who would put in strikers? Like I said, we had, Morgan Gibbs White, Brennan Johnson, Lingard, and then if you didn't play good, we got Dennis, Tara Roney, we got Big Sam as well. Shout out to Phil. I saw you before the game as well. It's good to have this. Like I said, this game on Wednesday is so. I don't know what. I'm excited, but I'm a little bit nervous at the same time. So
why, Ben?
You just don't want a spanking, do you?
I just don't want a spanking.
I think that's the thing. You don't want to be humiliated.
No.
Like a
As long as
Bournemouth.
you see us try, as long as you see us run,
Yes.
work hard, that's all you ask for.
Like today, clapping the players off the pitch was the right thing to do. They played brilliantly, didn't they? They played really well. So that's what you want to be able to do. You want Ben and the lucky people that are going with the tickets because they're golden people. You want them all to be clapping and be proud of our team.
Unbelievable. Right, we've got someone in the chat, and Lisa Howard. How you doing, Lisa? If no one knows who Lisa Howard is, she's the biggest Derby fan ever. I hope you're enjoying League One because we're in the Premier League, Lisa. I just thought I told you, you know, I don't know if you know.
She was all over Twitter saying how amazing we were playing. I saw it.
Yeah, just popping up saying you thought you're fantastic half. Didn't deserve to be one down. No shame playing well. Don't grass me up for complicating you lot. Lisa, I'm loving it. Lisa. Thank you, Lisa, for that.
She did like tree emojis and everything. She's doing hearts.
Lisa, you're okay. Lisa, what have you been drinking? What's all this was special. I want 3 from 5, not 5 from 5. Okay, I get it now. Okay, thank you for
I think 8. Let's do 8. 8 cross. 8 cross. Let's play extra players. They won't notice.
Oh, dude. Right, people, there's 15 minutes on. We'll go people's man of the match and out of 10 as well. People can get involved as well. Who do you think was your man of the match and out of 10 as well? Let me start with you, Mr. Dylan Astle. Who was your man of the match and what was your rating?
My man of the match, Morgan Gibbs White. He was just pure class. Do you know what I mean? We've seen him time and time again come with the other teams and absolutely dismantle us and run through us, and I just felt today they gave him a lot of the ball. He was always looking for Brennan. He was looking for Jesse. He was always flicking the ball on. He was just one of them players that just didn't hold on to the ball too long. You know, when you get that player who just holds on a bit too long, it was like literally got the ball, spin round, bang, let's go, and he was off again. You know what I mean? So for me, I thought Morgan Gibbs White. And then what do you want me to rate what the whole team is?
The whole team.
I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to go, regardless of the goals, I'm going to go a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay, I'll take that. Michaela?
I'm going to give it to Joe Worrell. I think he had a really good game. I thought he had a lot of stick.
That tackle, remember that tackle he did first half against Kane?
Phenomenal. And like he was through. I think it was a goal. And I think he did 2 or 3 of those today where he really put his balls on the line and it could have been catastrophic. I think he played really well with all the crap that he's had to like read and people tweeting, thinking that they're Premier League bloody experts. So I'm going to give it to Joe Worrell. And I think the team, I would give them I'd give them an 8 too. I think they did. You know, you can't give them anything higher because they conceded 2 goals maybe, but I think they played really well and I think they were good quality today. And I think people will be impressed with us and we played some really, really nice football.
Okay. Steve?
I'm going to go for Lewis O'Brien, I am. Just because I think for all the superstars who signed all the money, I think he's just been a little gem. I'm just really... What I appreciate about him, even if he loses the ball, he fights for it back. He's so tenacious and he's just class on the ball. Like he never gives the ball away hardly. Like I said, if he does give it away, he fights for it back. He always finds a good pass, always passes it forward. you only had the only shot on goal today, which could have gone anywhere really. If it just slightly went to Lloris's left, it could have caught him off guard. But yeah, I think Lewis O'Brien for me. I think he worked hard. Yeah, I think, and he hasn't looked at his depth in the Premier League.
No.
Yeah, Newcastle game aside, but since then, I think he's just been one of our best signings. And from all the money we've spent, I think he's been a real find. So Lewis O'Brien for me.
Oh, I'll take that. Me personally, I think there's quite a lot of good players for me. I think I'll take. You know what, Joe Worrell. I think that tackle he did against Harry Kane. It was. I like that. So me personally, Joe Worrell. O'Brien was good as well.
I am happy for Worrell though that he did that today because
all the I think all the stick that he's getting because
I'm
not gonna lie. I was worried about because Son. I think I spoke to quite a lot of Spurs fans before the game. So yeah, Son has not been great, and we know Son can turn up anytime and be going on. Personally, Worrell kept him on his guard, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
So me personally, I think Joe Worrell, and I'll give him a solid 7. I'll take a 7.
Oh, and
nearly
sorry,
8.
My team rating is 7.5.
7.5. Yeah, I'll do 7.5 as well. I'll take that. I'll take 7.5 people. Right. So, right before we do go, look at got Man City next. We have been talking about Man. Oh God.
Have we got Man City?
Yes, we have, Dylan. That's what we've been talking about for weeks.
I forgot. Totally forgot.
Who? Man City. Oh yeah.
People in comments, right? Are you nervous about Man City? You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited. With all this nerves.
He's a fanboy for Man City.
I'm excited to go to Man City away because I've never.
Don't buy a half and half scarf.
No. What? Me? Never. Never. I hate. If you know, you know. I will never wear a half and half scarf in my life. I'll tell you, like, I did wear. I bought Olympiacos scarf when I went to Greece, but no chance. Matty's next, and I'm going to start with you, Steve. How you feeling about that game? And people in the comments as well. Be honest. Are you nervous about Man City away?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Yes, Steve.
Am I nervous? Nervous about what score it could be more than the game because, come on, like I said earlier, you've got to look at it with realism through your eyes. You can't just, yes, we all have to be optimistic and yes, we can get something. Stranger things have happened, I know, but realistically, like Dylan said earlier, if we get a clean sheet out of this, it's worth a win because, I mean, come on, it's like Michaela said earlier, we playing one of the best teams in the world, the best players. Haaland is absolutely world class, and I am nervous. I just don't want to be like completely spanked. Does it sound wrong that if we keep it below 4, that it could be a positive? You know, it's quite fun to talk like, I know it sounds really weird to say this, but it's quite fun to talk like this, that we're actually in this position now where years gone by, we've been talking about these really bad games. It is. We you know, from a year ago where like we touched on, we're talking about we just got our first point at Derby. Now a year on, we're on about how many we're going to concede at Man City. So
bizarre.
I mean, yeah, it's, you know, but when we watch in a game Wednesday, it is going to be a hard 90 minutes to watch because, come on, they're going to have about 70% of the ball. We're going to be chasing shadows. The one-touch football is going to be, you know, it's going to be hard. But, yeah, I don't know. If we score, brilliant, you know. You know, but you know, it could be 2009 back again, the FA Cup, Joe Garner, Earnshaw, Tyson, 3-0.
You
know, if that'd be fantastic if that happened.
If that happens, right, they'll have a tattoo, DoreOnTour on my forehead.
People, you hear it first, man. If it does happen,
and Ben has to buy a half and half scarf at every ground he goes to.
I'm not. I'm never ever going to buy a half and half scarf. No.
You've just admitted you've bought one, so you have bought one.
Yeah, exactly.
No. I've not. It wasn't a half. I brought a Olympiacos flag. You know, a scarf. I didn't buy a
Mr.
half and half.
Marinakis gave you a half and half scarf.
I
You would
brought a
wear
limp
it.
dark on stuff. I brought a limp
Well,
dark
one
on
thing
stuff.
I just finish up on saying is one thing I'll take out the game is as long as the players don't get too disheartened if we do get a bit of a battering. And the other thing is we don't pick up any injuries going forward.
Yes,
They've said
that's
go to these
super important.
Yeah, and in suspension as well, because the yellow cards are racking up rather quickly.
Yeah, I know.
And
Jesus.
yeah, they are. But yeah, they're the things I would take out of this game, going into the Bournemouth and so on. Then this next run of fixtures, because I did say prior to these two games, I would have happily taken 4, maybe 6 points going into Spurs, Man City, and then going forward. Because these two back-to-back games are always going to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and our season really starts then Saturday onwards. Then because I know Man City will come back around, but that's later on the season. But yeah, just get through this game, get through the 90 minutes. It's going to be a long 90 minutes.
I don't know if I'm going to watch it.
Right, we've gone over the hour mark. Michaela, are you worried about Wednesday?
It is what it is. I'm going to say 3-1
Park the
to
bus.
them.
I'll say park the bus. Dylan,
Park
can't
the
you get one of
bus,
your
whatever.
Dylan, can't you get one of your buses and go to Etihad and just park your
Hey, I'm taking the whole depot with me. I'm just filling it.
We'll just do it Tuesday, Dylan. People, Cooper, if you want a bus, go to Dylan. You'll drive the bus to Etihad. You'll park it for the bus. That's all it matters.
I'll put it on the goal line.
Hit Haaland with a bus before he gets to the ground.
The thing is, all right, will people respect Forest more if we go and park the bus and try and defend for 90 minutes, or do you think Cooper will just go gun ho and just go for it? But then we're going to get spanked 5-6.
Let him go gun ho.
I think he'll do a bit of both, don't you? I think Cooper plays Cooper ball. So I think he'll have a plan, and you've got to trust this bloke, and let's just trust the process. We might be talking and say, "Oh my God, we drew." You just don't know. It's football. Weird things happen in football.
They have to lose to someone.
Exactly. I think as well, and you need to I know we're in the Premier League, and it's so like Cooper did mention last season, he only had 2 defeats back to back. That was against Huddersfield and Middlesbrough, I think it was. So I don't think Cooper wants a back-to-back defeats again. So people will know it's Man City, but I know I'll take a 0-0. That's
God, me too. I'll sign up for that.
I'll take a 0-0 or a 1-0 masterclass from Brennan Johnson in the 90th minute, 92nd minute.
Johnson, baby.
But yeah, all right, people, I'm gonna get going. It's been another great show. Michaela, Steve, and Dylan, thank you for coming on our show because
enjoy Man City.
I'm enjoying it. If you are going to Man City, people, I will talk too much about people what I'm doing there on Wednesday. But watch out for the previous show on Tuesday.
Don't forget as well.
What?
Thursday.
Oh yeah, transfer deadline day. I can't wait for that. Bloody hell,
Dylan, hang on. Have you heard that Forest have actually got their own transfer deadline channel now because we linked with so many players? 24 hours.
I've been trying to say. Some of us have been trying to say to Ben we should do a live watch along.
We do one.
Is there any players left for us to sign? Do we have any space?
Yeah, gold tie.
Have you guys seen that thing go around social media saying that within by 2024 you would have stood these 6 meters away from a Nottingham Forest player in your life? Someone who signed for Forest.
Everyone that comes into my shop, I'm like, is that a new signing? That looks like the guy that just signed for us. Because there's been so many, you just don't know.
It is what it is, people. Like I said, before we do go, Des is doing a show tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So if any Forest fan wants to come on, please come on. Message Des. Don't message me. I can't be bothered.
Love you, Joe.
I've got a preview show on Tuesday with a Man City fan. That's at 9:45. Really late because I'm at work. So Wednesday, I'm going to the Etihad boring stadium with no fans. It was just boring.
Should be an easy 1-0 win.
We will win 1-0. And Thursday is transfer deadline day. And I'm not going to the Bournemouth game because, as you know, Des is getting married, people. So I won't be going to that game. So you jog on, Dylan. You jog on. So people, yeah. I've got a busy week this week. So Cannot wait. I'm excited. But now,
Have an amazing wedding, Des.
No, don't, Des. Well, no, don't, Des. Don't, Des. People, my vlog's out tomorrow, 10 o'clock as well. I've got quite a lot of people.
Happy birthday, Amanda.
Oh, yeah. How can I forget? Manda, happy birthday. She's 21 years old. Manda, happy birthday. She's gone out. I couldn't go out because I had my little girl with me. So she's asleep up there. So, but yeah, people, I'm going. Thank you for everyone for coming on. Michaela, Steve, and Dylan. Thank you for you lot as well. Yeah, people, vlog 10 o'clock, Des show 9 o'clock tomorrow. And Michaela showing a Ryan Yates t-shirt.
No, it's Joe Worrell.
That's
It looks like Ryan Yates, but it's Joe Worrell. He's wearing a captain's armband.
That's Yates.
I thought she was trying to take her top off.
I thought she was.
No one wants to see that.
I
don't like Phil and Grant Mitchell.
Right, people going. Peace and love up the forest.
Bye.